Good evening, guys, and welcome to Back to Basics number 16 with myself, Sims, along my fellow beautiful co-host, Mr. Harry Slinky. Harry, how you doing, bro?
Maybe I'll move on back. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Very good.
And the gorgeous and slightly beardless Mr. Adamackk. AZ, how you doing, homeboy?
I'm doing very well.
Your camera appears to have frozen up, by the way, so we just have a beautiful, beautiful picture of your slightly bald, massive head. We're going to see your eyes at the moment on stream, but, you know. Yeah, by the way, guys, apparently Twitch tonight is up the shit creek. All the COD players are going mad about it. Literally, Twitch is bollocks up tonight, so there might be a load of, it's not our end.
I think that is like the professional term for it, though, like up the shit creek. I believe that is what the Twitch technicians are actually labeling it. So.
UTSC, something like that. Yeah, they've dropped a bollock anyway, so it could be crap. But yeah, there's no we can do about it. Let's just roll with it, rock and roll. So, guys, while I announced our wonderful, wonderful guest, Hamza, in the Skype chat, please can you just hit me up with a list of stuff because my head is up my ass tonight because I feel like land flu is killing me. But guys, we do have a very wonderful guest tonight. We have team captain of Outbreak and i49 European champion, a.k.a. the Sofa King, Mr. Adam McKenzie. Adam, you can mute your mic and talk now. How you doing, bro?
Hey, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Very, very happy to have you along, homeboy. Hopefully we're going to talk to you about your glorious win. First of all, congratulations on the win. How are you feeling coming off of the back of the win?
Good. It was kind of unexpected, I guess, before going into it, but yeah, feels good to finally have the 4v4 win.
Nice. I've got Jimbo whinging that he's not on here. Jim, unfortunately, your
James.
the head doesn't fit.
Your ego doesn't fit inside the little box.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man head does not fit in the webcam. But I promised I actually want him sat on my knee. I'd love to have him sat here and just cradle him. A little Jimbo. He's my little Jimbo. I love him. He's a beast. I could literally rub that guy's forehead all day long.
I'd like to have him on the show just so I could just say P1, like every time he said anything, I'd just be like, P1.
We all love Jim. Right, okay, so giving a quick listen tonight. Yeah, this is going to be short and sweet. I ain't really tweeted it out. No one kind of gives a crap tonight. Everyone's out watching, going to either global championships or just scrimming. I don't know why, but the throwdown just seems to be full of Europeans. I love it, to be fair. Well, I do it because I'm going from Sense 2 at the moment, Sense 4. So I'm playing like Smithy, just literally I've got this windmill thing going on like Smithy at the moment. So if I go massively negative against you, I do apologise. Please don't make me look like I'm not a retard. I'm partially retarded, but not 100%. I do know how to shoot, but keep playing. Everyone keep playing Throwdown. It's great playing people at the moment, and it's good. It feels good. So yeah, going through the list in a moment. We are a quick shout out to the Global Championship finalists. A quick recap of who was going out there from Europe to try and win that $200,000. We'll get everyone's comments on it. Then we're going to have a quick look at the Halo 4 Game of the Year edition. I think there's only one real major benefit for that from us, but it is a massive, massive benefit. And then the i49 recap. Now, I'll be doing another show next week myself, which is just going to be so cringeworthy and so nasty. You'll all want to watch it. Yeah, it's going to be awful. It's going to be really bad. People will hate me after this show. But yeah, we're going to do an i49 full recap of all the team and stuff. We've got Adam here, so we'll get his insight on things rather than just getting the simple one-word answer off Smithy. 3-0, mate. 3-0, mate. Easy 3-0, mate.
3-0.
3-0. Just best in Europe, innit, mate? He's not a mank. Well, I'm talking like mank. Anyway, so let's start off then.
Bless you.
On that note, Harry, European finalist for America. Go, homeboy.
Yeah, the European finalists going to Seattle this weekend to compete with the Americans for the 200k first prize. Wet Tiger qualified online in week 1. 2 Foxy and Septic both qualified online in week 4. The first day at Gamescom, Zara qualified and so did Panic from Uprising. And then on the second day of Gamescom, Fragby and Gunner also qualified, and then on the third day, we almost thought he was going to choke it, but Hybrid qualified, and so did Trixer. So congratulations to those. Those are all your finalists from Europe. Good luck to everyone. Hope they win.
Talking about the, I don't know how true this is, whether we should be talking about it, but you mentioned over Wet Tiger qualifying. Did Wet Tiger actually qualify? Was that Wet Tiger?
Week 1, no, it was Animo, and I'm pretty sure that he got found out for it. But I'm pretty sure. Wait, are we talking? Did Wet Tiger qualify week 1? Was it Wet? Oh, online week 1. Yeah, it would
Yeah,
have been Wet
but
Tiger.
was it actually Wet Tiger playing?
Was the
I
gamer
think it
tag
was.
not? Was it not wet
It
anime?
was,
Wet
it was
image.
Wet Image, yeah.
I saw a
Which
couple
was-
of things. I just saw this morning. Ghost messaged me asking for the full list. I remember Rob stepping in, giving him the list, and then asking him if Anima was underage, and he just says, "Yeah, but someone else qualified. We'll talk about it later on." So I didn't know if there was a bit of a kind of thing behind that one or what, but he's through
Who
anyway.
cares, man? Like, more Europeans competing for 200k. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't know about anyone else.
Did you hear about Brandon Stone?
Oh, Brandon, my heart
Yeah.
bleeds for you. What do you think about that, guys?
That's so harsh, man. But
Yeah, I
again,
saw
if it's in the terms and conditions, there's not a lot really you can do about it. Like, if anyone doesn't know, then Brandon basically qualified, and by the time the finals that came around, he would be 18. But I think it was the week that he qualified. Like, while the tournament was going on, he was in fact 17. So basically, they're disqualified.
2 days.
2
He
days,
qualified 2 days before he was 17, but
That's so harsh.
yeah, another thing as well about something's happened over on Top Mid. 343 haven't actually given some of the tickets that we give away. Well, they give away on 343. 343 hasn't actually honoured some of the American players that we give tickets to, which is a bit scumbaggish, to be fair.
Pretty scumbag.
It's really, really bad.
Who's that for
who
again?
the
Is
two
that for
players?
Coach
You know, a Coach Main and possibly
Coachman,
APK as well.
APK. Oh,
Possibly 2 massive names within the Halo community who do an awful lot for especially APK with the amount of stuff he does to try and keep Halo alive. Just
sucks.
to scumbag those invites is pretty harsh, to be fair.
I did see the tweet. Roy said that he tweeted like the email he got from 343, and they basically just didn't acknowledge.
This
that
could give
he
a shit,
said
could
that.
they?
Hey, hashtag developer support. That's what I'm talking about.
That really is shame on 343 for doing that big time. The amount of stuff we do and they don't honour some great people like that is pretty bad and pretty depressing, to be honest. But what can we do? But good old Roy, credit to Roy, he's trying and done the best he can out of a bad situation, but tough shit in it, I suppose. Right then, so we'll get your thoughts. Who's going to get round 1?
Glenn.
Out of Europe.
Glenn.
Hybrid. All the vibe, just so that A4
Oh,
can be
vibe,
like,
nah.
oh yeah, hey bro, we earned more money than you did, bro.
They start on the Friday, don't they? Oh,
Yeah.
or Saturday. I can't remember how
Those-
it works.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, everyone I'm pretty sure starts on the Saturday, I think.
Is it? Right. Okay.
Yeah, because everyone who got a paid trip to go over there is put in a different bracket to everyone who's actually invited. So like
Right,
people from
okay.
AGL were only invited, whereas those guys actually qualified and got like the full trip.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Saturday. I don't know though.
Right. Okay. And then we've got the. Do you not think hashtag good old land fragby? Do you not think the land fragby will come alive? A wild land fragby will appear.
Tournament Fragby.
Yeah.
I reckon the best bet. Didn't Fragby get the most wins at the event? Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's probably the best bet alongside Perry, who's obviously the previous free throw champion.
Perry,
I don't-
actually, while we were down at I49, I'm pretty sure I heard it on the grapevine. Obviously, Perry qualified a line anyway, but when he went to Gamescom, he qualified again. He actually came
Yeah, I saw that
second
as well.
on, I think, day 1. His first game, he got round 1, his first game. At the end of the day, he was second. It's like, the guy is just an animal. I think I've always said this, I think if all of our hopes lie in anybody and rest in the hands of bringing some kind of money home,
It's got to be the Pinion, man.
it's got to be a wild Pinion.
The wild Pinion, man. He's got this surely. It's gotta be-
Yo,
Can't beat a
Yeah.
wild Pinion, can you?
what I want to know is what is our top 3 people who stands the best chance of everyone going over
In the
Who's top
world,
3? No, for Europe.
I'd probably say Perry.
Perry for number 1 for me.
Perry's Kimmy and Fragby.
You think
Doesn't matter.
Kimmy?
Yeah, I think Kimmy. I got faith in Kimmy.
In Kimmy we trust.
Yeah, in Kimmy we trust.
Alright, I'll go Perry, Fragby. You know what? I'll chuck Glenn. I'll chuck Glenn a lifeline.
You chucking
I'll say
Glenn in there?
I'll chuck Glenn a lifeline and
Screw
say Glenn.
man.
I like.
Nice hair,
I'm, I'm going to say it's Perry, Septic, and Panic.
The Panic, that's a good shout,
Oh,
actually.
Why
It's
not, man?
it's a really good shout, that.
Yeah, Panic's a pretty beastly player whenever I play him in fours. So I'm never really played him in an FFA, but he seems to kill everything in fours. So
Guys out in the chat as well, feel free to throw your first, second, and third there. Always happy to get everyone's opinion. Mr. Jim saying Perry, Septic, and Bragby. You know what? They've done well, and the lads have done well to get out there in the first place. But I do hope that. I don't think any one of them will win it. I just don't think they've got the American power behind them, and that's not me being a scumbag. I generally don't think they'll win it, but I hope for the love of God one of them makes it into the money, even if it's bottom, but makes it into that money bracket just to give Europe a bit of a YOLO
we
swag.
should send Jimbo out, to be honest. Jimbo would probably win it.
Big Jimbo.
Yeah. As long as there's... What, are there any P1s on like the maps?
You don't need to try and make his ego even bigger now. It's already big enough.
He's growing with ego, is Jim. He's slowly getting bigger with ego, isn't he? It's just the BRs. Alright then, so who's a quick one before I move on then? Who out of the whole entire tournament, who's your top three?
Pistola first.
We've got a wild hamster here saying Ola.
Yeah, it's got to be Pistola, man. Pistola first. There's no way.
I would Nady, man. I would love for Nady to win it, man.
You know what?
He's not won a. I'm pretty sure Nady's not won a tournament, like a big one, has he?
He
I would love it if his first one was
he
like.
won the free-for-all.
Nady's a big fan of FFA, isn't it? Yeah, he actually won the first ever Halo 4 FFA. That was the
Dallas exhibition, MLG.
Yeah, he did. I think don't forget legit. There's a lot of like this formal and snipe down. There's so many machines going to that tournament. That's why I think the top four is going to be American. It'd be beautiful if a European could slip in there, get a little Perry in there, just slide him in. But at the same time, it's going to be difficult, and they're up against a lot. Like, do you remember when Power played in the fours? I think it might have been Columbus, and the Americans were shouting like USA, USA, like against Power. Like, I hope that doesn't happen because they don't have any support apart from each other out there.
Adam, the camera's going back onto you, homeboy. Who, Mr. Adamackk, who's your top three in the world to win this then?
Top three in the world.
Yeah.
You gotta have Ola in there because Ola's just a monster. He's definitely gonna be in the top 8. So he's a good shout to be in top 3. And Naded, I really want Naded to do well.
I think
My
he could do well as a
spot-
dog, innit?
Third spot probably Snipe Down. Snipe Down, my first spot.
I'm fancying legit win again.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Oh well.
Isn't Ogre 2?
Yeah. Ogre 2's going.
Oh really?
Imagine
Yeah.
Ogre 2 wins it. Imagine that.
Imagine if someone...
No, it just comes out of nowhere.
Strong
Someone
Side's going
like-
as well. Have you seen Strong Side practicing? He's been smashing Halo 4.
He won the car though, didn't he? Not so long
Yeah,
back.
he tweeted, I think it was today, he said he did like a 12-hour gaming session or something like that. It's like, man, he's trying hard.
It's
Imagine,
just
He's
like,
surprised
if
if he got in the top 8.
Dude, like, imagine if like Toxic Nate was actually like Welshie and like he just turned up like one of these funny game attacks where like no one knows who they are. It was actually just Welshie playing on that account, just like Fluffy Panda 28 or something like that. He just turns up and just wins the whole thing. It's like Fluffy
Lockable
Panda.
pie. Lockable pie.
Lockable pie.
Oh, that was Spen was brilliant that day. It was just honestly, all I heard was Spen going, "Just come get a piece of lockable pie." Hey, Warlord, just get a piece of lockable pie. I just thought, oh, I'm loving this.
But I played on that account and it was a lucky account and a half, I swear. It was brilliant.
It was so funny just getting Spen. A Warlord, just get a piece of lockable pie, man.
Is that the one that was on the feature station where you guys were sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sat there as well. I didn't use it though. I should have used it. Damn it.
You'd have won.
I did
Yeah.
win.
Was lucky.
I did win.
I did win.
Oh God! Right. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Cause I want to get. I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling terrible tonight, so I'm gonna let you move on. Right then. Halo 4 Game of the Year edition. Now, for me, this is just hallelujah, praise the Lord, God Almighty. Even if we get I50, it will mean that we could use one dick. One dick? What?
One
Oh God! I want to go to bed.
It's all gone
Please
Pete
let me
Tong
go to
tonight.
bed. One disc.
One dick.
One dick. That's it. I sound like Adam now posting in the chat.
Where's the hole though?
Well, God,
Oh my god.
I'm dumb. Right. one disc to set up the whole of the stations. It means no crappy downloading on no crappy broadband. Trying to update everything, get it all working with all the map packs and everything.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
great.
imagine having like one dick for the whole event. Like,
I know, just one dick. Just one. It's just.
Riddle
can't
right
believe
there in
that.
the chat.
I'm,
One dick,
I'm
two women.
so not with it. Here we go. Mention by Adamackk. Hashtag one dick. YOLO swag, guys. YOLO swag. But do we know for definite? Does that have all the new maps on as well? Does that have every new map?
we'll
I'm
have
pretty sure it does,
every
yeah.
single map, yeah. And I'm pretty sure as well it should have the 4-shot BR title update as well. I think it will mean that everyone will need to bring like a copy of this, like this Game of the Year edition. But I mean, it would make it a lot easier just to run events, even if say like 8 people had it. But I'm sure everyone would let them, just borrow the discs.
We had one. That's what I was saying about the one disc. Even if we had one disc on a night, we could actually, in theory, do the whole of the tournament with just that one disc, just bobbing from Xbox to Xbox. Do it all for us.
No, because that's only to like install the multiplayer. I mean, all the maps would be on the individual disc. It's not like you'd install it
So
onto
you'd
the
have
desktop.
So
to
would that not
you'd have to
actually
have,
do
like,
all
8
the
discs
patches and
for a
stuff then?
station.
No, it wouldn't. But you'd have all the the latest update of Halo 4 and all the maps on one disc that you put in and play on, if you know what I mean. So you're not actually installing anything onto the actual Xbox,
Right.
but everything's already on the disc. So
I don't see why we can't, between us, get 8 discs for the feature station. Just go, at least, and then we can get games under roll. Get games rocking and rolling on that one at least. Just leave the discs in there and tape them up, tape up the trays.
Finally
back
play
to-
some Skyline on one, maybe.
In it, Skyline on feature. Let's
I don't
go.
know about that. Do not know about that whatsoever.
That's the biggest waste of time ever, that map. We haven't played it in 2 events, like, properly. Such a joke.
It'd be nice to see it. Game of the Year edition. Do you think it will help the game a little bit and get the numbers back into it?
I think it'll give it a little
No.
boost. A little boost.
No way, man. There's no
Nothing
way.
crazy, man. Nothing
If
crazy.
people, if people wanted all these maps and stuff, they would have downloaded them when they actually came out, when they actually enjoyed Halo 4. There's no way anyone's going to buy this game who already has Halo 4 and doesn't like it, and it's like, oh yeah, no, there's all this new stuff on it, I better go play it. No, that just won't happen. There's no way.
Do you
I
think,
mean,
no
do you think
way.
it's them trying to get more people into it?
It's a good attempt, but I don't think it'll work personally. Maybe.
You always get people who always want to buy these editions, like, people have had the Halo Reach, Halo
Yeah.
3, like, limited
Collectors
edition,
and
but
stuff.
yeah, but it's like, none of us or anyone in the Halo community is gonna go, oh, I have Halo 4 and all of the maps. Let's buy it all again. Like, there's no point. Like, we've already got it. So I don't think it will attract any new people whatsoever. Maybe a couple thousand, maybe, but that's about it.
Mate, get Throwdown going. That's all I'm saying. V5, let's go. Throwdown, done. Sorted. Cakewalk. 24 teams in an event. Boom. I'm happy. Right, I'm chatting shit again, so I'm moving on. Guys, i49. First of all,
Hashtag one dick.
moving on. i49 was a complete and utter success. I loved every single minute of it, and I hope, for the love of God, we get i50. Harry, thoughts on i49? Did you enjoy it?
It was single-handedly the best Halo event I've ever been to, man. Like,
Really?
although
You've only been to EGL9 though. What am I to compare it to?
okay. Anyway, like, the actual event was so good, man. It was so easy to just put your Halo disc in, plug your controller in, and be able to play with, like, not having to worry about bringing your mix amp or plugging it in or plugging in your headset or doing anything like that. It was so cool just to sit down and play and get in the game like straight away. So massive shout out to Astro who supplied the all the gaming headsets and stuff. The actual location and venue itself was fantastic. Like, I found Telford a fantastic place to be, and like, the venue itself was huge. There was so many gamers. The atmosphere was fantastic. It was just such a fun place to be, like, all weekend.
Was it your first ice in Somni?
No, I was at I-33. I came second, bro.
I've
It was
never.
my
I'd never.
first one. My
Yeah,
first
same.
one
I've
as
never
well.
been to one before, and it blew me away.
The
Completely.
scale of it, I couldn't believe it when I walked through
Dude.
those doors.
Like, pub quiz, man. Pub quiz.
That was insane.
That was the best.
Everybody went crazy for the pub quiz.
The
See when they put the countdown
Maracas-
music on and everybody
Oh,
ran
yeah,
up to put their
everyone was
answers?
loving it.
The
Everyone
Maracas
was
mask
loving
was just another level of losing my shit. Like, I can't believe that.
Everyone was singing like the home and away theme tune when it came on, but it was just like,
What's going down?
it was a beautiful thing.
Adam,
But no,
Adamackk, give us a quick rundown of. Don't talk about the actual
Don't talk
tournament
about it.
itself. Just talk about what you thought of the event, how it was run, and the setting. Just generally i49 minus the actual game.
I thought it was awesome. Like one of the most well-run events I've been to. Just the fact that it was so simple. Like what Harry said, you just walk up to the station, plug in your disc, your controller. You don't need to worry about the mix amp or headset. Put it on, and you play. It was awesome. The scheduling was awesome as well. Like the only issue was on the what was it? On the Friday for the FFA. Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it took a while to get all the maps and stuff installed.
Yeah.
But once that was done, it all ran pretty smoothly.
For people who don't know, on the Friday, multiplayer was actually getting DDoSed.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the projectors
The
in the
internet
hall. They had
got
it on the big
taken
screen.
down, so they were there at 1 o'clock in the morning, might I add, as well, for people who says it weren't running late. Bollocks to you. We were sat there at 1 o'clock in the morning on a 0.2 meg download. It's like,
yeah, you've got to think as well. There's like 4,000 gamers trying to use a 0.02 download.
everyone downloading LOL at the same time.
Never gonna work.
And we had 4 discs between us. 4 discs. We had 4 discs between us.
4 dicks, man.
That's it. It was.
How did you only have 4 discs?
Because there was only 4 of us there.
Oh, that sucks. I was there on Thursday night. You should have told us. Would have came down.
Yeah, I would have came in as well, but I wasn't
See.
staff, so.
Captain Hindsight.
Old Harry in with the bomb.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Okay then, so let's have a look at the teams then. Let's have a good rundown of these teams. So everybody went then. Before we actually go down, I'll start off with you, Mr. Adam McLean. There's two Scottish Adams, not only 2 Adam, but one bearded and one a woman beater. One has a beard, one's a woman beater. So we'll go with the bearded but non-bearded one. Adam, top 8 as it stands. Good top 8. Happy with the top 8?
I said this before the tournament began, and I said one team will sneak into the top 8 that's not a top 8 seed. And, that was Need New Batteries, a.k.a. Pinchy's team, or Vono's team, wherever you want to look at it. But it was a really good top 8, and I reckon it was a great tournament. Everyone that placed it deserved to place there. Especially the top 4 was my favorite top 4. But, I couldn't have asked for a better tournament. And the way everyone played, and the games were interesting. So, yeah, I'd say it was a solid top 8. Like, compared to previous events. With what we had as well. Obviously, because a lot of teams didn't come, but I'd say it was a solid 8.
Harry, thoughts? And then I'll move to Adam at last.
Well, the whole competition, I'm pretty sure. Well, when I speak for ourselves, is that, we didn't beat anyone we didn't expect to beat, and we didn't lose to anyone we expected to lose to. So, I'd say, the whole seeding process beforehand got it pretty accurate. I mean, credit to people again, Need New Batteries like Ben Himovic, Penguin, Cyborg, and Pinchy. They all did really well to get into the top 8. So fair enough to them. And it was a really, really good tournament, man. Really good.
Mr. Mackenzie, the top 8, being at the top of the tree.
Being right at the top of the stack.
Being the boy that pisses on everyone from a high altitude. Top 8, was it quite a good top 8?
Yeah, definitely. From the standard of teams that were there, it was good. Everybody placed where I kind of expected them to place, apart from what was the Lamppost, Crilly, and Assist. I think I expected them guys to be on the top 8, but they didn't show up, really. Apart from that, yeah, top 8, everybody placed where I kind of expected them to.
I was hoping Revolt and Reformed would get better seedings more than I think they were the only ones to me that I thought would get a little bit better than what they did. If we're looking at people who didn't actually get the top 8, but hey, there's always next time, isn't there? I suppose a couple of them were.
Didn't Reformed lose their seed? Is that why they didn't place in the top 8? They lost their seed to a team.
Don't know.
Pretty sure it was Calpo.
Sure.
Team? Calpo and Critical. No.
Yes, they did. Yes. Oh well. We'll have a look at them anyway. So, starting off then, we'll I don't think... You know what, we'll start off... What do you want to do, guys? Do you want to start from 8 or do you want to start from 12?
12. No, I can't remember. I don't know who is.
No, we'll
placed top
let the
12.
guest go with this. So it's 12. Number 12, the next level. Coming in on the next level now. These guys, were these the ones that were, I can't remember the names, the one with the super straight made in?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
That guy was an animal.
Yeah, man.
Anyone see how he played?
He was in my FFA group, round 2 or 3, 2 or 3 or something like that, and he
that
smashed
guy
me,
was
man.
really, really good. I keep telling people, if they're looking for one, especially if
me
it's kind of
every day.
a new team as such, or someone who's wanting to build a team or build a player, mate, they should pick that guy up because he played out of his skin.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was the
he's
same
going with
White Tide as
Animal
well.
Team of 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think they made a
White
thread
Tide
for
was
him.
good as well, man. The guy was on Revolt. He was in the FFA top 16. I'm pretty sure.
Mm,
White Tide,
yeah.
because he knocked Jules out, and he was a really good player.
Yeah,
That'd be good to
I remember because they even give. I kept saying this on stream, and I kept asking people's opinion when you played the next level, Adam, AZ, and you went next 12, but against them, but we couldn't tell, and even from my point of view, because you didn't seem, credit to you, it didn't seem like you guys were trying as such. I didn't know if you thought it'd be a cakewalk or whether they actually give you a game. Now, right now on stream, did they give you a good game?
So much pressure. They did give us a good game. In the Haven TS game, we went like full out, like, and we played really good Halo and we communicated really well. But game 2, like, Jules was the first to say he was running around like a peanut. Like, I was obviously doing a lot wrong. Like, I just kept walking at my spawn, getting 4-shotted, and they were really getting a lot of momentum. And I think they got the cap. Was it 1-1?
Animal was pumping them up, wasn't it? Animal really wanted them to do well.
Yeah, and we kind of, it's not like we intentionally took our foot off the gas. We just got really, really, like, lazy, which you can't do against any decent teams. But yeah, no, they gave us a run for our money. That you could tell. I mean, it was a 15-minute flag game, and that shouldn't happen on our part. And we got lazy, but they did play well. And
I said to him after the game, I said, "There's nothing to be disappointed about what you did there at all."
Yep. And I didn't drop an egg like that the rest of the tournament. So yeah.
In all fairness, I heard if you didn't go double-digit neg, then you are gay in the whole tournament. So, that's what I heard. I mean, just putting it out there early till we get to the infamous neg bomb later. So.
No, they congrats to them guys. They did quite well to come 12, especially when were 3 of them at their first event possibly, and it was kind of a makeshift anyway. I'm reading chat that.
Yeah, it was definitely a
they picked
makeshift.
Evo jumped in
Evo
on the day.
the last day or on the day.
Yeah,
They picked up the guy in
Oh,
the
yeah,
day.
too.
And I tell you what, they gave us really good games as well. Like, we played Hayden Slayer against them. It was 50-49. I mean, they were really, really, a solid team, especially for a makeshift. So, fair enough to them. I still think Animal is a beast, though. I think
Animal
Animal's
is.
probably the
Animal's
best in
been
that
playing
game.
for.
That's him.
He's been playing since Halo 1, I think.
Yeah, if he picks up that super straight
Okay.
in, like you said, that they got team of 2 and they get 2 more decent people on there, then they could.
They could push for top 8 easily.
They really could. They really, really could. So good luck to that team. Okay, then moving up from number 12 to your 11 seed, Revolt. Anyone see the forums today about a COD team coming on, Revolt Esports? I had to laugh at that.
Imagine Revolt sponsored by Revolt. It'd be like Revolt.Revolt.
Revolt.
Revoltception? Anyway.
Tumbleweed.
Big old humans team. I actually really, really I like these guys personally. I think they're a really, really good set of guys. Didn't get to see many of the games as such, so I'm going to rock this one over to you, Harry, with the thoughts on Revolt.
We played these guys winners bracket 1 or 2, depends how you look at it. We played them on stream, and when we had found out that our first winners bracket game that we were getting these guys, we all just looked at each other and we were like, shit, we wasn't expecting these guys this early on in the bracket. So, it goes to show how much, we didn't overlook them, and, rightly so, they gave us some really, really solid games. We beat them 2-0 in winners bracket 1, again, or 2, depends how you look at it. But, they got a fair few cuts. I think it was like 5-2, I think, 5-3 maybe on a simplex.
Adam, Mackenzie, thoughts on...
Yeah, there's some really solid games. I didn't really get to see a lot of them the rest of the tournament.
I think we're having a few problems with your connection, Harry, so we're going to leave it there, and I'm going to move on to Mr. Adam McLean. Thoughts on Revolt?
Sorry, I think we're going to jump on to the other Adam. I've always loved Human and like his team, and him and Brumbot stuck from last event, and They'd lost Oddbox, and I'm sure Oddbox will be saying nothing without him, because he is a really good player in that team. But they played well. Like, they're a team again that probably wouldn't expect it to get where they placed, but they did. And they always were. They're all decent players and good lads. So yeah, and Human's a good coach, by the way. He coached against Deception. So.
Human's is the top guy all over, though, isn't he? He really is.
I love Human.
I love you. Right, we're going to move up to your number 10 seed. I don't know if you played these guys or not, Mr. McKenzie. Reformed.
What's the lineup for them again?
That'll be Almalzi, Carnegie,
Oh
Lovely
yeah.
and Lindez.
We didn't play those guys. I think they were on the opposite side of the bracket to us.
Did they get
But
top 8 seeded by community vote? Am I right in thinking?
yeah, I think they got 8th. Yeah, they got 8th underneath Mutiny.
So
Mutiny were 7th. They were 8th. I think.
Reformed dropping down 2 places. Quite an interesting one there. That I don't know what happened there. I don't know if anyone else could shed any light on it or whether. But obviously on there you had Almalzi. Didn't Almalzi jump from Mutiny in the last week or so?
Yeah, he did. They had Helium before, I think, and then kind of like they did a switch. Malzi went to Reformed, and Helium went to Mutiny. So there was a little bit of bad blood-ish between them when they matched up. I think it was winners bracket they matched up. No, losers bracket.
I remember watching Carnegie was literally just staring at
Yeah,
him,
I
before
coached.
the game.
I
He was
coached the
just
first game.
Oh, really?
It was scary. Like I was coaching Mutiny for the first game. He just gave like a death stare. He was just staring across the screens at him. I was just like, holy shit.
It's like,
I
okay,
never
someone's
saw
gonna
any
die
of
today.
this.
Someone is
Yeah,
going to die.
It's brilliant.
I was the same. They
That'd have
asked,
been awkward.
they asked me to coach for game 2 and 3, and like Carnegie looked at me. He was like, as if like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I know trick, and I just want to help out. But it was quite intense games. Like Helium, as Adam said, he was on the other team, and him and O'Malley pretty much switched. I don't know why. I think O'Malley just didn't want to attend with them, and then obviously Helium was the next best thing. But it was interesting games to watch and to coach in. But yeah, they played well, and they placed there. So yeah.
Okay, now jumping up to number 9 then. Another. I didn't even know this one was happening, to be honest. Sweet chili tuna. I didn't even know that was going to happen. Now, didn't these? It wasn't necessarily. I remember Joel saying it wasn't necessarily the first upset of the day. Well, kind of, but weren't these the ones to knock Reformed off of their 8 seed straight away in the first winners bracket, possibly?
I think they were. Yeah, I think that's right.
And let's have a recap of that. So Critical, Cal Paul, Baines, and
HSW.
HSW. Yeah.
yes. Obviously, this was a last-minute makeshift. Really, I know Critical and Cal Paul. I think Cal Paul were possibly going to go with Spem Money and DT12.
Yeah. That's right.
Critical just came out of nowhere, and also credit to Critical because he made top 8 FFA, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, he played really well in our semi-final.
They also, from what I was watching before I was going for food at the time, but apparently they were really getting loud with Critical against the HS in their Winners 2 game.
Oh man,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was getting so loud.
Was he?
He was,
All
yeah,
tournament.
he really wanted to beat them. He
And
Is that
really,
the one that
I
hindsight
just
were
sat
drinking?
there. Yeah,
They
they
were
were just
sitting there
sat
drinking, having a
just
laugh.
like laughing, like pre-drinking.
You need to ask Harry what Johnny 5 did to him in their series.
yeah, I
Everybody's
have.
playing each other.
We were all sat at the actual stage when I was commentating, and we heard Johnny get up, and I think I turned to somebody and went, "That's the first time we've heard something from Johnny all tournament." So what happened there, Harry, between him and Critical?
Basically, Critical was getting so loud against Human's team, I think, in consolation, and Johnny 5 basically just stood up and said, I can't remember the exact words, but why are you getting so loud when you have done nothing all tournament and you have placed top 12? And which is kind of rich coming from Johnny 5, but whatever. And so Critical started giving a bit of mouth back, and Johnny 5 basically came out with the line, Pinchy is going to be placement checking you for the next 6 months. And the whole BYOC hall literally knew something had just happened and just all went, oh! Everyone just started going crazy, man. That was such a put down, man. That was so good. Probably highlighted the tournament, maybe.
That's the
Saturday night?
last we
Friday
heard
night?
of Critical.
Honestly, that's what I love about the Insomniac crowds, that the environment, like, no one
Yeah.
knew what had just happened. but everyone knew something had happened, so they all just started joining in. They absolutely
Literally,
love it.
do you
man.
remember
Like,
when we announced Jimbo as the FFA
Jimbo's
champion?
FFA.
Literally,
Everyone started
both
Everybody
the
clapped.
BYOC and the gaming halls, everyone just stood up and gave him a bit of a
Yeah.
standing ovation. It was quality.
Fantastic.
That was so
man.
cool, man.
So
that was
cool.
You know, it's nerds unite. That's all it was, wasn't it? Really, it was incredible, and I think just to get a big round of applause like that, it was fantastic. But anyway, back on topic of Sweet Chili Tuna. I'm a big fan of Cal Paul. He's a good friend of mine, old Lowy, but it's.
I want to say, on behalf of Calpol, that he played insane against High Society, man. Like, fair enough, High Society might not have been giving it 100%, but Calpol was racking up like killing spree after killing spree after killing spree on like dispatch flag. I was sat there thinking, how is he doing this? Like, how is he doing this against High Society, like the first seeded team, then the best team in Europe? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, he was playing out of his mind.
I completely agree with you there. I'm just looking at some of the brackets now to see if I can get up one of the. I don't think. Every time I see Velocity, I just think of Velcro Raptors. Every time.
I remember
now.
seeing that
You know
when we were
what's-
at the hotel.
You know what's the worst as well is that Rick did like a recap video of the top 24, and it was like, oh yeah, here's 17 Velcro Raptors. I was like, oh no, that's just happened.
Velcro. All right, then we're gonna move down. Then now we're gonna move into the good old top 8. Right? Okay, Mutiny, Shady Tails, Mutiny, Trick and the Boys. Now I think they originally got seventh,
Seventh,
if I'm
yeah,
not
that's right.
mistaken.
Yep.
Dropping one placed, but I'm happy for Trick because a lot of shit wasn't going right for him. I was seeing a lot of tweets and various other things about him getting pissed off, and obviously Malsey scumbagged them a week or two before the event, struggling to win games and take games off of people leading up to it. So I was quite happy that they made that top 8 bracket.
It's a good guy. Good guy, Trick.
Yeah, I think him and Trunks are like, if you could say they're married really in Halo terms. I think they've been playing Halo together now for years.
Can
Absolutely.
I just
years.
say, like right now, I think Trunks is an absolute unit. He's huge. Like he's got arms like tree trunks. It's
Oh
like,
mate, that's why I'm
it's
being
not even
nice
fair.
because I'm scared that
If you say anything bad, he's going to kill you next event.
he'll kill me if not. Yeah, it was a big lad, wasn't he? He'd definitely give you a winder. But yeah, I think with a solid team for next time, I said this to Trick, if they had a solid lineup with a lot of practice, a well-practiced Mutiny, could be taking a pith in his spot, if not moving up to Rain Deception level, but that'd have to be a well-practiced Mutiny.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We played them winners bracket round 2. Well, our second game before we played the French, and they went up against us, like 1-0, 2-0 up on dispatch flag. So yeah, they're a solid team, definitely. If they got more practice in, then they could easily challenge for a top six, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I hope things work out for Trick. I really do, and I hope he gets a decent team behind him, but a decent, respectable people who sit behind him for the entire. Because Trick won't go nowhere. Trick will always be here to stay.
Yeah.
I think him and Trunks will stay together for a while. Adam, I know you don't say something. Go.
Sorry. I love Drake to bits. He kind of reminds me of me, maybe like a year and a half ago, like trying really hard to team with people that he knows and, trying his hardest despite everything that happens, because it's a similar thing to a lot of like teams, like they fall apart. But he decided to attend with the team. At one point, he was not going to attend the week before the event. But they did well. They turned up and they played well against Reformed. The game's obviously that Adam and I coached. And he played well. The only thing I'm going to say is that this is going to sound bad on Pinchy's part and Need New Batteries, but I don't think they should have lost Consolation. I mean, Need New Batteries were more of a makeshift than Mutiny were. And I watched the Consolation games and like Pinchy was loving it. He was like going for it, like screaming the call outs, and like Mutiny just didn't like care. But like you said, top 8 is the top 8, so I'm happy for them.
Okay, then. So on that note, then I'll let you lead with this one as well, and Adam carry on with it. NNB moving into 7, Need New Batteries.
I love Pinchy. It's about time, John, to finally get in that. He's been saying it for years. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm crap. I'm crap online. I hate it. That was the worst accent ever.
I was going to say Scottish people should never do accents ever again. Where's it from? Wales?
I'm sorry, but yeah, like John's been with Halo for God knows how long, and he gets a lot of crap online, and people stick it to him, God, John's like the worst player ever, and he can now point check whoever he wants, and there's plays below him, and I love John to bits, and Vono actually played quite well, which is kind of surprising because not a lot of people give him like a shot, or when he could drop before Harry, everyone's like, oh yeah, Harry's a far better pickup, which Harry's probably like, of course.
It was quite just to break it off, it was quite an interesting one in the FFA bracket because it was between him and Critical. They were kind of fighting it out. Whoever came worst or better, because they both made top 8 again. Congratulations to those guys. But they were fighting it out. So whoever did better for the seeding, it decided who seeded where, really. For the seeding point. It was a bit of I think Jules said it's a bit of a sweet nut, really, because one team would seed higher, but the higher team would play high society. So it's a bit of an unlucky one. You get more points, but you play HS instead. GG.
Yeah. Like I said, they were a solid team, and Penguin played really well. Like he's one of the few kind of unsung kind of players that people didn't know how he played, and it was Vono. Well, Cyborg had told me that if Penguin had choked and didn't play well, they wouldn't have placed where they did. Like Penguin deserves a lot of credit. Considering not a lot of people know who he is.
Oh, sorry, it broke off there on me. I do apologise. I didn't know where we'd ended or what. Okay then. Harry, any thoughts on NMB being the one who made Vono go to there?
I didn't really get to see a lot of them, other than I was watching Cyborg's screen when they were playing Sweet Chili Tuna for top 8.
Yeah, well,
coaching them and whispering like everything what to do in this here, like do this, go over there. So it was kind of. It's kind of hard to judge how well he played, considering he had one of the best players in Europe, like telling him what to do, like everywhere he goes. But he played phenomenal, like against Sweet Chili Tuna. I think didn't they beat them 3-2 or something in the series?
Yeah, I think so.
So it was a hard-fought win for them for top 8, and fair play to Pinchy because he's one of the most loyal people in this community. Like he's stuck at this for must be more than 10 events now. So fair play, man. Like he's deserved this.
He's a relic, is John, isn't he? He's just a relic. Credit to the guy. Nice guy as well, actually. I always have a joke around. He always takes piss out of me for Betamax, but I remember pulling him on stream saying, what did I say to him now? I got him on stream, everyone were playing. I said, all right, Pinch is here now. All the decent people are playing now, so I thought I'd get John on. But he's a good lad, and he did well, and he deserves his 7th. He worked for it. They worked hard for it, did the lads. So we'll give him that. Whether they'll do it again or not, I don't know. I'm going to talk about that at a later date. But yeah, credit to them. Okay, moving up to 6. Adam McKenzie. I'm going to pass this one over to you, boy.
Better say nice things.
We're gonna mute Harry for now.
Yes.
ITFC making 6th place. What do you think about that?
It's an alright place. I mean, coming where you're seated, you're not underperforming, but I kind of hoped they would beat Deception in the Constellation game. Was it the Constellation game they played Deception? I think so.
Yeah.
But no, they played well. I didn't really get much time to watch them. I watched a little bit of Johnny 5 and a little bit of Xavier, but Xavier didn't play that well on Friday. He didn't have the best games. So, yeah, I thought they did alright. Could have been better though, Harry. Could have been better.
Oh, he's scumbagging you. Scumbagging you, Harry. Opposite Adam, the bigger, more bearded Adam. Thoughts on ITFC, please, homeboy?
I'm going to try not to be a complete douchebag here, but...
do it.
Oh,
be a douchebag.
So you're going to be a complete douchebag, is what you're saying?
Because ITF are one of my favorite teams. Like, I didn't know Sif or Javi before the tournament, and they're some of the nicest guys I've met. Like, they have such a good laugh. Yeah, they're so sociable and so open. They just have a good laugh. And Johnny Fives, he actually was quite well behaved, and he's very entertaining. But he was like being quite proper, which is hard, I guess. But he did really good. And obviously Harry was a playmaker. He did always thing. But the one thing I'm gonna say is we played against them, and Harry will know this. We played against you guys in loser bracket, and we had a series before on a Tuesday night or Wednesday night, and it was proper nail biting, like 25-minute flight games, like 49-49. And I'm gonna say it, and I really I feel bad for it, but Xavi was going off every game, and we played at the event, and I know Harry said this. He just felt like the team. You know when you go, we're going to place top 6, and then when you're playing for top 4, because you've already achieved what you want, you're just going to stop. Your momentum just drains from you, and I feel like that happened with ITF because I don't know what else. They're all good individually. I don't know if they were trying as hard as they normally were, but I expected a bit more, and that's not like offensive. I'm just saying I wanted more. Like I wanted Johnny Five to be like, blah blah blah, like talking so much crap. But he didn't, and I wanted that. I was like, come on, give it to me. But yeah, I don't know. I think they did have a good tournament. Like you said, they didn't perform lower than they were expected. The teams that are above them are all good teams. So yeah, I think they had a good line.
Gemma just dropping in and saying,
Johnny Five respected the rules.
He did. He behaved.
He did.
I also think
was
that's a little
surprised.
bit on Harry's. I don't know how much Harry had a say in it, whether it's saying, "You swear, give me the D," kind of thing, or what. But
I think it was a couple of nights before the event where we were screaming. I said, if anyone has to put their pad down for 1 minute because of fucking swearing, swear to God, I'm going to knock you out.
I think his attitude made him play better as well, to be honest with you. I think he could actually sit down, concentrate, and play a game and enjoyed it. So, a big credit to that guy. I mean, now that Harry scumbagged him, I don't know what's going to happen there. Harry, what is happening with ITF? You don't have to talk about it on here, but what's happening with you guys at the moment? You don't tell us why.
Well, basically, I'm pretty sure all of us are free agents. Me and Xavi talked about going team of 2 for a while, but we're just gonna see how things pan out in a minute. Basically, what happened between us is that on the ride home, me and Xavi both said, "Man, why did we stop when we got top 6? Why didn't we go for so much further?" And it's so hard, when you are 6th seed and when you are projected to get 6th. When you get there, it's so hard to push beyond that because you're like, "Wait, we did it! We won the tournament!" No, we're top 6, man, and and I'm kind of guilty of this as well. I kind of gave up towards the end of sort of for top 4. We all just we ran out of steam. We were sat on that station for 3 hours playing for top 8, top 6, and then for top 4, and then we had to play Deception again afterwards. It's so hard to push on after that. And that's what kind of led to me thinking, hold on, I don't think are we ever going to get past top 6? Is that our ceiling? So that's kind of why I left. I can't really speak on behalf of Xavi or Sif, but I'm pretty sure Sif is going to university soon, and he said he's not sure how much time he can actually put into their game. So we all went our separate ways. But yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking for me almost because we had 6th seed, man. We were top 6, and I said to the boys mid-game, mid-series, we take this one game at a time and we can get top 4. And we never went for it, man. We just didn't pull the trigger, and that's it's kind of heartbreaking. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not disappointed with top 6 because we were 6th seed, and it was great to get top 6 considering I've only ever placed top 12, and that was our highest placement on all of our roster. But when you get top 6 and you've been protected there for so long, it's like, man, why didn't we go for more? Why didn't we just grab the opportunity with both hands and we just didn't do it?
Webb's getting upset. You haven't mentioned him yet for his amazing coaching youth skills, Harry.
By the way, Webb is probably the best coach in the world, other than me. It's funniest thing, man. We were playing on Onyx. I think it was against Deception, and Webb said, Rockets in 1 minute, boys. And Xavier was like, "Rockets? Don't worry, lads, rockets coming up. We've got this. They don't know rockets are coming up." But yeah, that was so much fun, man. We had so much fun all event. And regardless of what happens on the forums, I'm still good friends with all of those guys. I still talk to Xavi every day, and I'm still on good terms with Rob. No matter what's said on the forums. So yeah, it's just a shame how things turn out, really.
Well, good luck to you all. Congratulations to Xavi for getting the Best Newcomer award as well. He got himself a HD PBR2 Game Edition. So good work to that guy. You know what? I actually was close, but I kind of wanted Sith as well. Sith had played out of his skin. He had a really ornamented Sith, and
I feel really sorry for Sith because he is predominantly a sniper oriented guy, and everyone we played against vetoed Dispatch as their first veto, and I felt so bad for him because I'm like, man, Sith, I want you to run right on land, man. I want you to be the next Chalky. And everyone's just vetoing it. It's like, I felt so bad for him, but yeah, everyone played phenomenal. Like, everyone did.
Did we just lose somebody? I think we might have lost somebody in the scout chat. I heard it got a bit wild. Have a look. Oh, Adam lost his camera. I'm sure he'll be back soon. While he's sorting that out, then between us all, we'll move on to. I'm glad he's actually gone for this one. Talk about it. Mackenzie, fifth, Rain Deception.
Ooh, massive
What
disappointment from
happened?
the boys. Massive disappointment. Going into it online, they were wrecking everybody. They were destroying us. Well, maybe not destroying us, but like we're splitting games, and then when it came to LAN, well, we didn't get a chance to play them. But when it came to LAN, they just didn't have it. I watched a few of their games. I watched the game, the end of the series against Deception. Against A4D, and they were just flat. They didn't have any energy about them whatsoever. Their communication was off. Didn't hear Warlord say anything. Yeah, it just wasn't there at all for them. Really, really disappointed in them.
I think the thing what happened there for everybody, which from my point of view, and also I'd like to apologise to Deception. Apparently the camera's a bit off until Adam gets back. Look at him with his bearded, non-bearded face. It just looks like a massive.
It looks like a big baby.
It looks
Massive baby.
it looks like a bell end with hair. Now he's had a shave. It does. Look at that. Oh, he's back. I can hear. No, he's not back yet. That's all right. I can just still keep talking about him. Apologise to Deception as well. Everyone was saying to me. Apparently, the chat. I didn't catch the chat at this point, but everyone was saying A4D Sims, A4D Sims, A4. Apparently, I was quite biased. Now you can actually ask any of the Deception guys. I was actually speaking to them weeks and months before the tournaments and giving them lots of advice and trying to help them out and help them out because I actually wanted them to see. I wanted them to see them do well.
I wanted them top 3. I really
the cameras
wanted them to top 3.
are gonna mess up now because we just lost everything. So I've become Slinky.
Oh, I'm the other Adam now.
As is now Adam.
I like Mrs. Cox in my face. I swear to
Stop
God.
it! Stop it!
Worst
Look at
Scottish
my-
accent
Stop it!
Look
ever.
at my beard.
Yeah,
I got a massive beard.
So yeah, apologise to those guys if I was biased in any way, shape, or form. I didn't mean to be. But for me, Brandon played brilliantly, and I think Mose did well as well. Brandon played out of his skin. No jokes, Harry, because I know what's coming. I don't want any jokes. I've so far heard he was sick on LAN, he was disgusted on LAN, he choked on LAN, he threw the games up on LAN. I've heard every innuendo about him. Yes, if everyone doesn't know, Brandon Stones was playing FFA and threw up on himself, and he was sick. The guy was seriously ill, and I mean, credit to that guy. He went, he got a quick wash, sorted his shit out, and I think Harry's trying a picture of him. There it is. The sick cat.
To be fair though, he came back strong.
He came back and he came back stronger, but he was
15 minutes
seriously ill.
later.
He'd had flu for a week,
Yeah.
and he'd still practice, and you could see how ill he was. The guy was really, really ill, and then it sort of got worse for him. They dropped him from Global Championship. I actually feel really sorry for that guy, but nevertheless, he absolutely smashed it. He literally smashed it, and he did frigging well, and I hope him and Mose get a really good team behind him because they will do well. And I also hope, I know Rain, as far as I spoke to Matt, he might be in chat, he might confirm, but they might, of course they've crypt Peaky? They've crypt Peaky up, they've picked Creepy up. Of course
Hashtag one
picked up
dick.
PK up.
One dick.
But yeah, I know for a fact that Matt, aka Kamikaze, said that they now no longer have, Rain do not have an EU team. So whether they're going to be looking for one or not, I don't know. So we'll see. Creepy might creep up, so to speak, and jump in there. They might get a team of 4. They might stick with Brandon and Mose. Who knows? But Adam, hello, welcome back.
Am I back?
We can hear you. We have moved on to. We'll get your thoughts.
Deception.
To Rain Deception.
Oh, just time. These guys were not even like remotely what they're like online. And a lot of people can say that and joke about it, but we played against them. And I'm gonna be honest, we picked up Alex like a week before the event, and I was thinking, right, we're probably are gonna get beat. It's gonna be like playing against Rain again, like last event. It's they're gonna beat us. And game one was like element flag, and they stomped us at the start, and I was just like, I remember speaking to it was Dan. Dan said in the game, he's like, we can't lose this series. If we lose this game, it's fine, but we're not losing this series. And I was like, you're right. And I don't know, just like game two, like we won. I reckon if we'd lost game two, we would have lost the series. But we beat them, and we beat them on extraction. And I don't know, just they were playing, they were playing like dummies. They were sprinting around towards us, and Jules is not going to sprint towards you. You're going to sprint towards him. He walks around the map. He's not, that's how he plays. And he was four-shotting Stu, and and I remember me and Julian speaking after game 4, and we were like, "Yo, did you see adversary that game?" And Jules was like, "No, man, he was always dead. He went like -18 against us, and like I can't comprehend because like see if the stats were flat and the gamer tags were in other places. You think, oh yeah, it's A4D, and that was deception, but it wasn't. And I don't know what happened. I was in the game, but I don't know. Although I did get a nice tasty overkill extermination game 4.
Yeah, you were the second person. I think I'm sure the first extermination of the tournament.
Nope.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was Sith against the French. Round 3.
Oh, so Sith got one as well.
Yeah.
But still, Pyro got one! Pyro! Pyro got one!
And I got a kill Dak in the FFA, but it wasn't on stream or anything.
Yeah, that's FFA though, man.
Look at me, I'm number 1 and I got a kill Dak!
I won the event! Ooh.
No one cares!
Look at me, I'm the best.
I had to one up you.
Oh, congratulations, Adam. Yes, I think for me, it was Brandon was literally sitting there like that. He was so pissed at his team. He really was pissed at his team. It's like
I feel so sorry for him and Moses as well because they had the tournaments of their lives. Like
really
they were playing out of their minds.
There's a lot of videos and a lot of pictures online in that game because that was a bit of a hatred game. Game 1 they took, and I actually heard adversary con you a set of pussies and faggots, and I thought,
did you really? Oh,
yeah, he did. He was getting quite loud. All behind is like, get behind you, pussy. And I thought, go on, Jack, give him some shit.
Little Jack,
and literally opposite
Jack.
Jack, you've just got Adam, who's like, you've got this tiny guy, Jack, talking shit to a cave troll. I thought Adam's going to eat him. Adam is actually going to eat him. And this was pretty much, it was going to be so, I don't know. I really don't. It was for me one of the best matchups going. But the Jules train pulled up, asked for the tickets, and like you said, he didn't accept card. Asking people
anything
to
for the trolleys, dude.
Anything. I'll take the lot, mate. You what?
You what, mate?
What, mate? I'll kill you,
Don't even
mate.
snipe.
Don't even snipe, bro.
Mate. I don't even snipe.
And I'm also, I was actually sat, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it was one of the Outbreak lads. And someone, I don't know, but I started crying while doing the listening, but someone went, I think they forgot the routers, boys. I was like, oh, God. But yeah, Hamza just put, you can't hear Hamza, but he has just put, how can Rain improve if everything they do online works? And there's probably not a truer line. The oracle in our ears, Hamza.
Dude, like, I reckon Warlock could be a good player, like, with a bit more practice behind him, like. It's funny because he has 42 days played.
Adam, that thing you put on your chat with the green thing, it just says 42 days played. That picture of that green cricket. That's a brilliant thing. Right, so Deception then. I think we're all in agreement. Brandon and Mose played immense, but the team itself failed. They still got a 5th place, which is still good, regardless. It's still a 5th place, but that could have been a 4th. If they was as good online as they was online, that could have been maybe even a 3rd. Who knows? Who knows? That the most practiced team in the EU, it all fell apart. They still got 5th, so it's not that bad. They're still up there, but it could have been so much better. Good luck to Brandon and Mose for everything in the future. I think they'll do well. So, moving up into your number 4 place. Adam, we'll let you run. In fact, you know what? No, we didn't let Slinky run with his team. Harry, A4D, 4th place.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but who in their right mind would have had A4D beating Deception, like, in that series before the tournament? And then they show up and just smack them down like 3-1. It was like the highlight of the tournament, maybe. I keep saying, like, I have a lot of highlights, but one of the highlights for me was Jules just standing up after beating Deception saying, "Oh, fuck off!" It was one of the funniest things ever. Like, you could tell, like, 6 months of pure frustration at shooting a Warlord online, like, just bubbled up. I was like, "Oh, fuck off!"
He wasn't happy, was he?
He was not happy, but I'm so glad they did well, man. Like,
Well,
if anyone ever votes Deception above them again, like, in the seeding wise, then I don't think I'll ever have respect for that person ever again.
I literally, Jules was just on fire that game, but he wanted to beat. And what did he say about? Didn't he throw another Hogwarts compilation together? Adam, didn't he throw something else from Harry Potter? I can't remember what he said about one of the classes.
I can't remember. You'd have to ask him yourself.
There was so much trash talk going in that, and that all is captured on stream, by the way, guys. If you want to watch any of the streams back, they're at twitch.tv/topmid, TOPMID TV, topmid TV. The
Ignore
A4D
all the Call of Duty videos.
yeah, the
as well.
Call of Duty boys borrowed his account, so ignore all that crap. But ignore all that crap. Try and find the A4D game because it is just... And also, if you got any children, don't let them listen to it because the stuff that they will hear coming out of the A4D's boy's mouth that I heard on stream, I just had to switch it over. And we'll be right back after this commercial break, guys. I'll shag your nan! I'll fuck you! And like, whoa, this is getting a bit intense. We'll switch back over to Deception, hear what they're saying.
Nothing at all. Silence.
The best part was, like, the start of this match game, we didn't know that you could hear us. And I just remember, like, Julian said, "I'll shag your nan," and he was like, "Yeah, bitch," you know. I was like, "Oh, man," and we were just like,
Things like you were saying it to each other, though. What you want to say it to anyone else? That was the thing. Can I ask you a question, McLean? How do you think your young little triangle-faced boyfriend performed in his? To say he'd not been back for that long. How do you think he proved online? And do you think he'll be a beast after some good practice?
You're talking about Dan, I take it.
I am indeed triangle-faced.
I love Dan a bit. Like, he's only had 7 or 8 like days played compared to, you know, like 42, and that rhymes. And Dan played really well. He communicated really well, and he did exactly how I'd expect him to play online. Like, he's got a lot of heart, and, you know, he just hates being, like, bullied online by, like, modes and all that. And, you know, I think Dan is definitely one here to stay. He wants to play the game. He was the first person to be like, I want to go to France, and I want to go to, like, I-50, and I want to practice. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get that, you know, nowadays, with a lot of people that kind of, you know, get the kind of treatment he gets online. But Dan played really well, and a lot of people doubted him. I know Slinky was one of them. I think he called him shitskin at one point in one of our scrim. But
I don't remember that, but that does sound like something I'd say, to be fair.
but Dan played solid, so.
Okay, now we go to, and credit to these guys. These guys was in the winners bracket final with not the grand finals, the normal finals, alongside Outbreak. These guys actually brought in the most stream. I think we hit, all in all, we hit 550 was our highest peak, and this was for the Outbreak HS game. So, third seed was supposed to be second. Was supposed to be first seed. Sorry, came in third. High Society. Mackenzie, I'm going to jump to you, homeboy. What happened to HS, and why did they drop 2 places?
I'm not sure. It's hard to say, really, because everybody keeps saying they had no practice, but they had a little practice, man. It wasn't like they just came to the event with, like, 2 days before, scrimmed one team, but I don't know. They just didn't seem to have the drive or motivation that you'd expect them to. It just wasn't there. There was no spark to their team at all. Like you saw it in the games against the French in the winners bracket, or the losers bracket final. It really just seemed like I was sitting behind Jake. It just seemed like he was the only one that was proper trying his heart out. He was trying to lead his team, but it just seemed like it wasn't working at all. They all played pretty well. I didn't really get to see much of Rami, but he was dropping some neg bombs. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Rami had a really bad event and this and that." But I think he does the dirty work for his team. He's always grabbing the flag, desperate in the extraction, stuff like that. So that's why he was dropping all those neg bombs. People are being a little bit harsh on Rami. And Eddie seemed to be getting a lot of big ratios, but it didn't look like he was doing much for his team and objective-wise. I know Louis said something, Louis as in Smithy, my teammate, said something about there was a game where they lost, but Eddie went like positive 16 or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. So you can't really be doing something right when you're going positive 16 and losing. So I don't know, but the French totally deserved to beat them. They wanted it more. Simple as that.
A few people were saying about Eddie statting. Was Eddie statting quite badly, or was Eddie doing what he's supposed to do and being a support player?
I think that's just the type of player he is. Really, he just kills things. So I don't know, not sure. I mean, you don't know. He's like he's won 9 events. He's not going to be statting in a tournament.
I think Eddie is still the most successful EU player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you told me that.
I was speaking to Rami. I think Rami and the Bucks and a couple of others are on 8, but Eddie is on 9 tournament wins, and he's also the one that's actually been to play pro in America with. So obviously he's no longer with Hindsight anymore, as far as we know. That's pretty much confirmed. Everyone's saying, "Quit Halo." Eddie won't quit Halo. I'm sorry, but no. I've been hearing him trying to regain the old power of the Bucks and Baxter, possibly. I have heard there's many rumours, but I think Eddie Leck will come back with a new team without any of the HS boys.
Yeah.
And I think he will smash some faces to bits and do what Eddie does. Once you win tournament number 10, I permit you to leave. I think that's kind of the old scenario. But Slink Dog, HS, thoughts on 3rd place?
First place, man. Like, when was the last time Ramirez placed 3rd? Can anyone say that? Like, I can't remember.
I can't. And I went to go get a drink from the bar, and I had Riots and Rami there, and in fact Chalky as well. I was speaking to them. They were all pissing themselves at night. It says as soon as we lost to the French, it says we all started laughing. It says nobody was crying and upset because we were laughing because we've no idea what 3rd place is like. We've never felt this before ever.
And I think it's a shame I feel the most for Chalky and Ramirez, because they were the only 2 I actually saw online, like properly trying to get some hours in on Halo, man. Those are the only 2 that I see, like they're actually dedicated to Halo, and it's a shame really, because I feel like they were let down a lot by Reaction, although I probably wouldn't say it to his face because he's about 20 times the size of me. But you know, at the end of the day, you win as a team, you lose as a team, and you know they as a whole did not pull through. Like whether it was hours or whether it was just what happened in game. Like we'll never know, man. But all I know is that those kinds of players should not be placing 3rd. That's all I know.
I think as well, if I may, one, with the hours that they put in compared to other people, they didn't deserve to win it. First of all, other people deserve to win it. I mean, look at you A4D boys. You got a last minute work in, and obviously you moved house, Adam, and Dan had all sorts of problems with work and various jobs and other things like that. And you probably only got a bit, but you came 1 place below them, and you're on a partial makeshift there. That kind of screams volumes to me a little bit, but they didn't practice enough, so I don't think they deserved it in that respect. But more than all, compared to the 2 teams that came above them, I point blank honestly think that nobody in HS wanted it as much as anyone in Outbreak or the French. I just think those 2 teams simply wanted it more, and it showed. Chalky played out of his fucking skin though Chalky,
Yeah.
what a guy.
And
Jesus
does
Christ.
anyone remember when Chalky was sat P3 on Simplex and he was just taking at least 9, I'm pretty sure it was about 9 grenades that someone threw up there. He was one shot all this time. It was like bang, one nade, bang, 2 nades.
I think I was
3
sitting
nades.
next to you and
Yeah,
Gav
yeah.
at that point, and we were just looking at each other like, what the hell just happened?
Did anybody
Just
catch
Pretty sure
the?
he turned round as
I
well.
don't know who they were playing. I cannot remember who he did it to. It might have been one of the French.
Yeah,
When he was behind the box one shot on dispatch with Chalky with a sniper.
I think that
He crouched down, came up, and as he came up, I think it was Renox's face in the bang. It was only a double kill, but one shot quick scope in the dome. It was it were just Chalky all over, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Really.
What made me laugh was when Chalky said, "Fuck me, the French have brought their connections with
Wasn't
them."
that Eddie? Oh no, it
No,
was.
no, it was
No,
Chalky
Shake.
on
Shake.
dispatch. Yeah. He naded one who was like a dirty one shot in the basement on dispatch. He threw a nade, he got a hit marker, and this guy should have died. And it was just like, man, this is crazy. Like, some
karma,
very
though.
suspect stuff happened.
That's the karma considering how many nades it took him pink. Because you know when you think you've died, but you kind of drop your controller, you get a little bit limp. And he done it, and he was like, "Oh, I'm still alive." And he held his controller, and it was like, "Boom, boom, boom, boom." And he kind of was like, "Oh, I'm still alive."
He wasn't even trying to stay.
He didn't know. He didn't think he'd survive any of
He
that.
was just like turning around to look at us like, what the
To be
fuck is
fair,
that?
there were actually quite a few sponges on LAN, weren't there? Adam, did
Yeah.
you have a couple of sponge moments on LAN? Usually a couple
Oh, what, Adam?
and
there
well,
was-
Denzi.
That's true.
I definitely had a couple of snipes that didn't register, but nothing crazy.
Halo 4 is dad.
Hello
Yeah.
for his dad. Not dad. Okay, so second place, and let me just I think I actually did it earlier on, but just in case you did miss it in the chat right now, I've never had in my life as many retweets on a status ever in my life. Machine Gun Sheep, holy shit, second place, and just a quick apology as well. These guys weren't bothered, but a few of the French people in the chat didn't like me calling them the French, or the French team, or the French. I never called them the Frenchies. A few people didn't like that, but that wasn't me. But yeah, apologies to anybody.
That's crazy though, man. Like, they say themselves, like, they've always been known as the Frenchies, and they actually enjoy it.
A few
so-
people didn't like it. They wanted to be called. They were called machine. They came as MGS.
Machine
Which
gun sheets.
whenever I saw MGS, I kept calling them Metal Gun Sheep.
Metal
Like,
Gear.
Metal Gear Solid.
all the time. Like, you say Metal Gear Solid, MGS. But yeah, apologise to Le French. MGS, second place. Holy shit. Harry, I'll let you start.
We played against these guys first thing Saturday for Winners Bracket Round 3, and these guys were insane, man. Like, they beat us 3-1, and they were like nothing we've ever seen. Like, I mean, we didn't take a game off them online, and we
Okay, Harry, we're gonna stop with you, Harry, because you've completely gone off. Adam McLean, Mr. AZ, thoughts on MGS?
Well, I guess what I was going to say was like they were a really good team online and they were a really good team on LAN. Like they practiced a lot. They've chopped and changed the roster a little bit before the tournament, like maybe like a month or so. But these guys were deadly. Like I had Renox in my free for all, and like I said, like I had 10 kills, he had 20, and like I was second place, and I was like, how is he doing this? And he was just so good, like individually, and like them as a team, like they helped each other, and they kind of played an odd style of Halo. They were really, really, really like naturally aggressive, which not a lot of teams in Europe are. And you know, they just, I don't know, they were on fire. They were on fire from start to finish, and I was quite surprised how long they lasted. Like they probably played more games. You know, like I mean, they played against Outbreak, they played against High Society, they played against us, they played against ITF. Like they played a lot of good teams to get to where they were. So
I think as well, the two players that stood out for me on that team definitely. Botty's a really nice guy. Botty is a proper top guy. Hello to Botty as well. He's in the chat, by the way. Really, really, really nice guy. But I think even Slinky did one of his usual back to basics comments. I think Cinder is on fire. Yeah! Dun, dun, dun. They all say. But both Cinder and Renox, holy shit! Congratulations to that guy for getting MVP award. My
He deserved
God!
that.
Oh
He deserved
wow!
that,
He
definitely.
Renox was just absolutely baking kids left, right, and centre. Didn't he do a plus 18 against you guys on
yeah,
Element?
he got a running riot and a plus. I think it was plus 17, 18 or something. Element flag.
Now
Just
getting a
ran
plus
through us.
17 on that level of game, grand finals, getting a plus 17 ratio against a team like yourselves who 3-0'd them and 3-0'd HS. to pull that out is pretty immense, and he absolutely shit it, didn't he?
Yeah, man, he was nuts. He was just slaying the crap out of us. I'm pretty sure he was just sitting on one of the bases, yellow or green, just going like back and forth to top middle, just killing us constantly.
But to get that as well, you have to be listening to what your team is saying.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it obviously they spoke in French. It's hard to know what they were saying on the stream or anything, but still, you have to be listening and listening for where the one shots are coming from, where people are walking to get any kind of ratio like that.
Yeah.
But
Top player. I didn't expect them to be that good, to be honest. I was expecting them to kind of flop.
I think this is the reason.
Traditionally, like French players, they're more like they're going to be worse on LAN than online. But this way, it's kind of they stayed the same, if not got better, which you don't see from foreign players. Like you think about EGL9, QD were destroying everybody online, and they got sixth. So, but these guys were kind of doing the same, and they got second. So yeah, if you're good online, you can be good on LAN.
Just can't go YOLO swag and live to fight another day when you take 9 headshots.
Yeah.
No, they did awesome. They played out of their skins, and I've always said this, Adam, and I'll stick by this one. If Machine Gun Sheep, they got 2 games on you in the finals. Obviously, they were going in 3-0 down, so the pressure was on them.
Yeah, for sure.
If they'd have taken more games off you leading up to that, obviously it'd have passed over. So if they'd have taken 1 or 2 games off you beforehand, or if they'd have come out, they got the 2 games on you. If they'd have got them straight off the mark, and put you to 3-2, I feel the pressure would have been on you boys a little bit more. I still think you would have won it. I think the best team definitely won it, and the best team was on fire that day. But I think the pressure definitely would have been on you, and I don't know. I think we may.
Yeah, it would have been a lot harder. Like they would have had so much more momentum if they won 2 games on the championship final. If they'd taken the first Slayer, and made it 3-2, they could have easily made it 3-0, and then that would have been like fair game. But we just came out strong in Slayers. I don't think we didn't drop a Slayer the tournament. I don't think we were really really on point with our Slayers.
As well, MGS being part of the only 5 series game on stream, if I'm aware.
Yeah,
that was
3-2 against High Society.
Obviously, been in High Society, the highest viewed game at 550 viewers. It would just. They were brilliant, weren't they? They
Everybody
really
loved the
stood up
French.
to it. I saw the photos at the end. Obviously, you guys were happy with first place, but they didn't look too happy with second. But
no.
They
came there for the win, which is what you should do.
They were tired. Harry just throwing a quick photo of his head up there with me on thingy, but yeah, they did really well. They did. They deserve their placement, and I hope they come to all future events. If I manage to get myself out to Lannick as well, I'd like to see them all again. But they did really well. Do you think? I don't know who else. I'm not big on French, even though they've got obviously they've got Unwise and the boys, aren't they?
Yeah, the Unwise, Talik. I can't remember the rest of that team, but they're a really solid team as well.
I think
they'd be a top 6. They'd be a top 6 team if they came to i49.
I think MGS will win. They'll come off the back of this and win Lannick.
Well, if we attend, they're not gonna.
Well, wait. You'll have all the French on your back. English dog. So it's
like I'm Scottish, not English. Get the fuck.
But I'm certainly glad they came, and well done to them. I hope they come back again. Well done, Bottinus. You did your country proud.
Plus, they had the best celebration ever.
Yeah, I've never seen a celebration like it.
That was the best thing
I'll link it again just for YOLO swag of it. But that was their celebration against HS, especially with the gun signs as well.
Yeah. I remember Botty being like pew 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 with sheep mask on.
Pew pew jumping up, and it was brilliant. Yeah. Well done. Okay, we need to start wrapping it up now. I won't even do Outbreaks, no point, scumbags.
You man.
Number 1 place, your new European champions. And I say new European champion because that's what you guys are of i49. Well done and congratulations to Team Outbreak, consisting of yourself, team captain, Adam McKenzie. You can shout your team out, you can tell them all about you and all about your adventures.
Cool, well, we're Outbreak. Me, if you don't know us, it's me, Adamackk, Smithy, Jim Bossity, and Snipe Drone. Like me and Smithy have been playing Halo I've been playing the longest. I started in Halo 1, but only competed in Halo 2. I think Smithy was about the same. He went to XL4 or yeah, I think it was XL4 or XL5 was his first one. But yeah, we've both been playing for ages, and Snipe Drone and Jimbo, this was their second event, so we picked them up just after EGL9. We saw them play the tournament, and they were just nuts. Watching Snipe Drone online, I could tell he was good. Everybody just said, "Oh, his stats and games, he's not going to be good." But when it came to LAN, he was destroying everybody. I think we had a reasonably easy bracket going into it. I think we matched up against Timo Supremo first round. We 2-0'd them pretty easily. Beat them. I didn't. In our first game was Haven TS. I didn't die until the 40 kill mark. And Icon stood up and gave me so much shit. He was like, "Fuck you, you're shit." I was so disappointed then. And then our second game against Mutiny gave them the 3-0. And our third round match was up against the French. That was my favourite match, favourite series of the tournaments by far.
Yeah, it was.
Botty gave me so much crap in the FFA. I don't know if anybody knew this, but I don't know if it's just Botty, but all the French gave me so much crap in the FFA. It was the semi-finals, and every time he out-BR'd me, they all shouted, "Adamackk, you suck! You suck, Adamackk!" And I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Who are these guys chatting crap to me? And I got knocked out. So when we came up against them in the semi-finals, I was like, I need to chat crap to them back. And I think we won the Simplex flag game, our first game, 5-2 or 5-1 or something. And I stood up and was like, "What the hell? I thought you guys were supposed to show up." And I was the happiest person in the whole venue when we got the 3-0 against them.
You had a pretty good coach that series as well.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He was okay.
He was pretty good looking, to be honest. I mean, he looked like a handsome guy.
Yeah, we had Harry coaching us for that game. I think that was the only. Is that the only game?
Yeah,
the only series you coached?
Only series, yeah.
Yeah. After that, we played HS, and I think we were way more concerned about the French than we were against High Society. Didn't expect them to give us as much trouble, and it wasn't like an easy 3-0 against High Society, but it wasn't too hard either, really. We played, first game was a Dispatch Flag, I think. We won that 5-2, no, 4-2, I think. And second game, Haven TS, I think that was the closest one, 50-48, maybe, 50-47. And the game 3 was Dispatch Extraction. The Dispatch Extraction, they'd annihilated us every single time we played them online. They would 5-0 us in like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We just had no idea what to play whatsoever. So when we got to the game, we were like, nah, we're not going to be able to beat them on this. But it turns out we just kind of smashed them. They looked really lost. It was weird. And we just ended up having a massive break in between the winners bracket final and the championship final, because there was obviously like the other loser bracket games to go on. So we kind of came out a little bit cold, a little bit flat against the French in the championship final. But yeah, managed to close it out pretty well. I kind of went huge when it mattered, in the Slayers. Just saying. Smithy would like to say that I was worst in the team, but nah. I went big when it mattered. And we won
that's what she says.
Don't call me a Sofa King for no reason.
Call me the Sofa King. All right, well, absolutely, congratulations. Mr. McLean, any words on Team Outbreak?
Well, they practiced really hard for the tournament. They played really well. There wasn't any weak links in that team, apart from Smithy, of course. Powering 4 windmills instead of 8. This tournament, he played pretty well. I mean, there was a few times when I was sitting watching, I could see the stream to next to him, and I could see Smithy was actually missing a few shots, and he kept looking over and kept going kept making the windmill himself, and I was like, But you guys pulled through and it mattered, and I mean, I'll be honest, I think we were playing ITF, and I heard that you guys had beaten High Society, and I was like, no way. Shut up. I looked over and I saw I just saw Eddie he looked well sad. But Nah, you guys deserve it. You guys deserve to win. You guys, you played it, and the thing is, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I drove Adamackk down to the event, and it was the first hour into the drive, and obviously Adam's sitting in the front seat, and we're behind this big, massive lorry, this big truck, and this brick flew up and it cracked what it smacked into my windshield, and I don't know how it didn't smash it or crack it or anything. And if that had happened, there was no way we were getting down to that event. So it was a sign.
That was
Adam
the
was
scariest thing ever. I was sitting there. I don't know what we were talking about. Something pointless. And I literally just throw my hands up in the air like a little girl. This full rock was going to come and kill us.
Yeah, we were talking about my boss's false teeth. You could have false teeth
that's what
after
it was.
that.
Yeah,
But nah.
big pair of Scottish puffs.
Mate, dude, you would have jumped at your car. That thing was huge.
Uh-huh.
It was like Jim Bossy's ego. But anyway.
Oh,
But Jim, I was even the FFA. I said Jim was not missing. He was playing really well. Adam was doing his usual. Did what he had to do. After rubbing too much on here. And I didn't actually see a lot of Mike, but I heard nothing but good things. So best team of the tournament.
Cheers, bro.
I'm not going to go to Harry 'cause she keeps messing up. But unless you want to have a quick
Screw
word,
you.
you've got your cam off. Harry, you're the best team
You
winner.
are. Yeah, I guess so. Why not? Can I go home now?
Yeah, you can do. You can go home if you want. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
I know you're bored. Right, guys, I'm sorry it's been a bit of a mess tonight. Twitch has absolutely been an absolute pain in the ass. I didn't really advertise it either. We're just going to be a quick talk that turned into a long talk. So, yeah, new show coming from myself next week sometime. I'll keep you all updated. Adamackk, Mr. Mackenzie, thank you so much for coming on, bro. It's been a pleasure to have you.
No problem.
I'm sorry it's
No
late.
problem.
I hope I've not kept you up too late.
No. I'll be up for another couple hours. Might actually throw in the new capture card. See how it goes.
YOLO!
YOLO.
Adam's eating his dinner. That's how long it's been since the poor boy ate. Got a top of my Halo turn.
What?
Yeah.
You what, mate?
You want me? Guys,
Well,
thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to follow Adamackk, or it's at Team Halo if they want to give you a scrim. Any Europeans or Americans out there want to play, the new #1 European champions is at Outbreak Halo.
Yeah. Give us a wee follow.
Give them a follow, give them a shout if you want to play them. Guys, from me and all the team here, thank you, good night, much love.
Right.
Cheers. Bye-bye.